A very good evening. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. GFS for the next 10 days snowfall totals, and that is a very widespread coverage of snow falling across the European continent. So, very impressive printouts by the GFS. So, of course, this is total snowfall over the next 10 days, and you can see here a few gaps, but a large swathe of both Ireland and the British Isles going to be seeing some sort of snow, according to this model, of course, over the next 10 days or so. And that process has already begun because we were talking about the, colder air coming down. We've got actually a very, very nice satellite image here from Dundee Satellite Station for this afternoon, and very, very notable. You can see the Arctic frontal system moving south here. So behind that, we've got even colder air starting to dig in, and that will continue to track south over the next 24 hours, opening the door to colder air than we've seen so far this season here. And of course, we've got plenty of convective snow shower activity over the North Sea, as you can see here. Over the mainland, we are seeing the snow levels drop as that cold air digs south. And even last night, driving up the A9, just on the south side of the Dromoctor Summit, the road did turn white for a period of time. So that was the first time this season I've seen snow-covered roads, and certainly expected more of that through the course of tonight and indeed tomorrow night. But this is the ECMWF. This is the latest weeklies here, and you can see for the next 7 days we've got very, very significant below normal temperatures across a wide swathe of southern portions of Scandinavia, the near continent, northern France, and all of the UK and Ireland submerged in Arctic air for the next 7 days, and even 7 to 10 or 7 to 14 days, should I say, sorry, we're still talking about significantly below normal temperatures here. So this is the 7 to 14, turning colder actually over Scandinavia, as you can see here. But it's interesting, actually. This is off weatherbell.com, by the way. You can even see as we play through the remainder of December, the model is indicating below normal temperatures here. So this is actually the period between the 18th and the 25th of December. So the week running up to Christmas, the model, according to the ECMWF weeklies, we're still in below normal territory. And even as we step from December into the month of January, we're still looking at below average temperatures, albeit it weakens a fair wee bit here. So that is quite interesting to see. CFSV2, upcoming 7 days, firmly below normal. Week 2, still below normal, as you can see here. So of course this is the period 13th through the 20th of December. The CFSV2 then loses the cold pattern, and we replace that with a warmer than normal theme for the week between Christmas and New Year, as you can see here, and then it goes all out on a warmer than normal pattern as we start the new year here. Like I said before, by the way, it is hard. Once these patterns start to dig in, it can be hard to shift them. So it's going to be interesting to see the timing of this. Strong area of high pressure, North Atlantic and Greenland here. We've got an area of low pressure. That polar low, we need to keep an eye on that. That may enhance snow shower activity on Thursday, so it's quite an interesting feature worth paying attention to, because that developed all the way up in the Arctic region. But then we've got the northerly winds now digging south. Inland areas, not so windy. Coastal areas could see near gale force winds and sub-freezing wind chills day as well as night here. Keeping an eye on this area of low pressure to the southwest, as you can see here. But this is the period now as we enter the middle portion of tomorrow afternoon, and we do have an enhancement of snow shower activity moving south. I think there is another boundary, another little frontal system moving south during the course of Wednesday, and that's going to enhance the snow shower activity across particularly northern portions of the British Isles here. So the GFS, you can see here, you can see the purples here representing enhancement of those showers blowing in on that cold, stinging northerly wind. There's that area of low pressure, by the way, that was centered on the northern Norwegian coast here. So currently, but this is by the time we reach Thursday at 5 in the morning, could see an enhancement of those snow shower activity across the northern half of the British Isles here. So certainly worth keeping an eye on. And as we play through the loop, Look at the area of high pressure over Greenland here. 1062 millibar area of high pressure, incredible stuff. And while we may start to cycle in a little bit less colder during the course of the weekend, it's hard to say because actually surface temperatures are actually becoming even colder. The reason why is because we're starting to see a lack of wind during the weekend, clear skies, light winds, possible snow, likely snow cover in fact on the ground, especially across Scotland, the North Pennines, North Yorkshire Moors, possibly some higher ground across southern Britain as well. Under clear skies and light winds, we're going to see the temperature dropping into double figures below freezing, I think, for the first time this season. So certainly worth keeping an eye on that as we go forward. So we lose a little bit of intensity of colder at 850, but doesn't necessarily matter because you lighten the winds, you clear the skies out, and all the colder is focused nearest the ground as opposed to aloft. So it kind of changed the dynamics within the column of the atmosphere where it's not so cold aloft, but it's colder down at the surface here. What an area of low pressure across the central North Atlantic here. But notice here that the GFS is now indicating that that's getting a little pushed away a wee bit more because of the presence of this high up over Greenland. We've got the north to northeasterly flow around the British Isles, but notice here that we've got a space of the isobars indicating lighter winds across the UK. Still plenty of activity, mixes of rain, sleet and snow at low levels, snow over high ground, but there's plenty of gap in that as well, so we're going to see the clear skies and the light winds in between the shower activity here. But certainly we're going to maintain that cold theme through the course of the weekend and right the way through a good part of the next week here. So the GFS is not seeing so much the milder air winning the battle. Look at this system here over Poland. We're going to start to see an enhancement of snow shower activity, or a proper snowstorm potential actually across Central Europe, Western Poland, into Germany, into the Northern Alpine region as well. And then of course you've got a gap in between over the UK, presenting some fairly chilly days. Daytime temperatures, by the way, during the second half of this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going to be struggling to get above freezing, over snow cover, sub-freezing throughout the course of the day. And then the temperatures, of course, take a tumble during the overnight period as well, under the clear skies and light winds, and the darkness, the long nights, of course, at this time of the year. Notice here, by the time we reach Thursday, the middle portion of the month, we're now approaching, still in that northerly wind. So certainly no indication at the moment that we're going to start to pick up on anything particularly milder. Looking at the surface temperatures here, this is quite interesting off the GFS. You can see here day and night temperatures coming down through the second half of this week. And then as we push towards the end of the week and into the weekend, those nights get colder and colder. Modelling then starting to pick up and snow on the ground as well. But notice here that we start to see the double digits starting to show up just south of Inverness over the mountains. You can see here -10 starting to pick up, and then as we go into the day on Sunday morning, you could see widespread -10 kind of Braemar, Aviemore up towards Loch Liscarnock, where you've got snow on the ground, clear skies, light winds. You're increasing the cold, -11, -12, very possible during the course of this upcoming weekend as we start to space out the isobars. We've lost that northerly wind and whatnot, so and we continue to see the cold temperatures into next week as well, even double digits below freezing all the way to Monday morning, possibly Tuesday morning next week. All depends on the details of increased breeze, cloud cover, snow shower activity and whatnot. Finer details always hard to say. But this is a fairly decent cold spell now starting to kind of, kick in, lock in. And the question is, are we going to see any milder anytime soon? GFS ensemble, this is the Arctic Oscillation, firmly, deeply negative, as you can see here. And it doesn't look as if it's going any positive anytime soon. The NAO, as you can see here, goes negative, kind of starts to limp a little bit closer towards the neutral line, but it stays negative during the period between 15th, 20th, possibly the 25th of December. So there is a lot of things on the cards here, and I certainly would encourage you to keep it right here on my YouTube channel. keep up to date. Looking at the snow details for the next few days in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Please like, please share, and if you, of course, you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button as well. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.